I'm back with The Captain of Her Own Heart Part 6. Years rolled by like ships crossing a serene horizon. In that time, Silverport flourished under two expanding empires: Olivia's House of Fashion, which now held elite boutiques in the capital, and Vance Maritime's coastal logistics, which had become the economic backbone of the province, entirely thanks to Benjamin's relentless dedication and brilliant leadership. Benjamin was no longer the simple fisherman with calloused hands. He had transformed into a powerful, deeply respected executive. Yet, his honest heart and absolute loyalty to both Olivia and Isla remained untouched by time. From her executive desk, Isla watched his magnificent growth day after day. She saw how his sharp vision had multiplied her company's success. One afternoon, as a gentle rain tapped against her high glass windows, Isla became lost in thought. As a brilliant tycoon, she knew that Benjamin had now acquired the wealth, stature, and knowledge to be entirely independent. He deserved to establish his own maritime empire. He no longer needed to work under anyone else's name. She prepared a legal decree to transfer half the coastal assets to him, providing the foundation for his own corporation. The decree of independence was ready on her desk, but as Isla picked up the golden pen to sign it, her hand hesitated. Her heart tightened, and for the first time in years, tears welled up in her eyes. Her strategic mind whispered, "Set him free. He deserves to be the captain of his own destiny." But her silent, devoted heart cried out, "If he leaves, you lose the only reason to see him every day. He will no longer walk into your office each morning. You won't hear his footsteps in these halls. Distancing him will sever the last thread connecting your world to his." Isla was trapped in a profound dilemma. The thought of losing his daily presence was too heavy a burden for a heart that had survived on quiet sacrifice for so long. She dropped the pen, walking over to the window. Right then, a soft knock echoed, and Benjamin entered with his usual commanding grace, holding his cap out of respect. He immediately sensed the subtle vulnerability in her eyes and noticed the unsigned document on the desk. A covenant of eternal loyalty. Isla tried to steady her voice, turning to face him. "Benjamin, you have served this company far beyond my expectations. You are a great leader now. I drafted a decree to grant you total independence, to let you launch your own shipping empire, but..." She paused, her voice trembling slightly, "But I feel Vance Maritime would lose its soul without you." Benjamin, who had read her secret journal years ago, and spent every day honoring her sacrifice through absolute excellence, instantly understood the turmoil in her heart. He recognized that offering him independence was the peak of her selflessness, while hesitating was the plea of a heart that simply wished not to be left behind. Benjamin took a step forward, his gaze filled with profound, unyielding reverence. He offered a calm, reassuring smile, gently sliding the document aside. "Ms. Vance, dearest Isla, I would never have achieved this stature, wealth, or wisdom without you and Vance Maritime. To me, independence does not mean severing my roots. I have no need for a separate company." He looked into her eyes, conveying a universe of silent gratitude and loyalty. "My place is right here, safeguarding and expanding your empire. I am the guardian of your coastal vision. As long as this tower stands, I will walk into this office every single morning with my reports. I will never leave your side." A quiet sigh of relief escaped Isla's lips, replaced by a peaceful, radiant smile. Though Benjamin never crossed the boundary of his devotion to Olivia, his words gave Isla the ultimate comfort. She knew her sacrifice was seen, respected, and answered with an eternal vow of presence. This was the most beautiful, comforting victory her selfless love could ever achieve. Years after the spectacular rise of Olivia's House of Fashion and the unparalleled growth of Vance Maritime, Benjamin and Olivia's life flowed in absolute abundance and material peace. Their home was a sanctuary of love, mutual respect, and profound understanding. Yet, beneath this brilliant happiness, a quiet, heavy shadow lingered, a subject never openly discussed, but one that resonated like a silent chime in the quiet corners of their hearts. Despite years of unconditional devotion, Benjamin and Olivia could never have children. Olivia, a deeply perceptive and sensitive woman, carried this hidden sorrow through her bustling factory by day and in Benjamin's warm embrace by night. She knew perfectly well how much Benjamin adored children. She remembered the way his eyes ignited with pure joy whenever he saw the fishermen's children at the docks, and how passionately he wished for a son to carry his legacy on the sea, or a daughter who inherited her own radiant smile. Guilt and worry grew deep roots inside Olivia's soul. She blamed herself for this profound emptiness, feeling that she had left Benjamin's monumental love unanswered by depriving him of the joy of fatherhood. One freezing winter night, as the fireplace cast a warm golden glow across the room, Benjamin was studying maritime reports. Olivia sat beside him, her eyes glistening with tears and her hands trembling slightly. She took his strong, kind hands, pressed a tender kiss against them, and broke the heavy silence of years. With a voice shaking yet resolute, Olivia whispered, "Benjamin, you are my saving grace. You have given your absolute all to elevate me. But I burn inside every single day knowing I have deprived you of your greatest dream, to be a father. I can no longer bear the weight of this guilt. I am asking you, begging you, to marry another woman. Take a second wife, so she may bear you a child and bring laughter to this house. I accept this with all my heart, and I will personally help care for her and your child." Hearing these words, Benjamin dropped his papers. His face tightened, and a shudder of shock and profound sorrow surged through him. He had never imagined Olivia would make such a devastating sacrifice. Benjamin had chosen her out of all the women in the world when she was just a modest tailor. His love was never measured by wealth, fame, or the ability to have children. The roar of Benjamin's loyalty. Benjamin stood up with absolute resolve, clasping Olivia's hands firmly. He looked straight into her tear-streaked eyes and spoke with a voice raw with powerful emotion. "Olivia, never repeat those words again. My soul and my life are entirely bound to yours. I am madly in love with you, not with a future where you are not my everything. My world holds no meaning without you. If they offered me the entire universe to rule without you, I would choose to beg by your side. A second marriage to me is a betrayal of every memory we have built. I will never accept any woman but you as my wife and the queen of this home." Olivia pressed her head against his chest, weeping bitterly. On one hand, she tasted the sharp ache of her own desperate sacrifice, but on the other, she felt a profound sense of awe and reverence for a man so intensely loyal. She understood the depth of his selflessness, realizing that Benjamin's love was a sacred covenant that no earthly storm could ever shatter. Benjamin kissed her forehead, wrapping her tightly in his arms, vowing that until his very last breath, he would protect the sanctuary of their love. Benjamin's fierce loyalty became the ultimate testament of his devotion, freeing Olivia forever from the chains of her quiet guilt and knitting their hearts together tighter than ever before. If you enjoy romantic stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Thank you for watching.